Right, guys, welcome back to another episode. And I'm just going to paint a picture. I'm currently sat in Bali. I don't know why I'm sat like this. It's Monday morning. So, you know what? I'm going to take my shoes off and I'm going to make myself comfortable. Here we go. Comfort levels 100. Welcome back to another episode of Women Unleashed. Just to paint a picture, it's currently Monday morning and I've not long woke up. It's very early. I am filming this from Bali. We are flying home today, but I thought I wanted to get another episode in before going home. So back to the sandpit we go. And it's been a strange 6 weeks here in Bali. I don't know. It's not the first time I've been to Bali. I've been here a number of times. I was actually here in May this year, and every time has been very different. The last time I was here in May, it was very transformative. I felt amazing. But the last 6 weeks here have been very different. I've not felt any sort of way. I felt quite, not platonic, but I've not had any emotions or feelings towards anything. Now, this doesn't go to say that I haven't been grateful for being in Bali, but I've just not felt the excitement of life, and I've not felt anxious, I've not felt sad, I've not felt any sort of way. And I actually spoke about this on my Instagram not long ago, that the last 6 weeks, I don't know what's happened to me, but it doesn't feel right. Like, there's been no, when I say there has been no emotion, I mean there has been no emotion. I have not felt, I've just not felt anything. And this is the first time in I don't know how long that I can remember that I've actually felt like this. Now, I was sat there on the beach for one sunset and I was reflecting and trying to kind of piece together as to why I've been feeling this way. And the conclusion I came to is the fact that I probably have been living in fight or flight with toxic relationships around me, the push pull constantly for the last 3, 4 years, that my body got used to that. And now I'm here and I'm at peace. I'm on my own. I've done a lot of inner work. I'm healing. There's been no toxic emotions involved, so my body's at peace. And it's like, wow, this is new. And obviously the subconscious like, this toxic behaviour's gone. Like, I need some excitement. That's toxic. Okay. So I said to myself, I was like, you know what? Just ride it. Ride the wave. Like, you don't have to be feeling any sort of way all the time. We're made to think that we need to be chasing things all the time and feeling happy and, being ambitious and this or that. Like, no, it's okay to have no feelings sometimes. It's okay to be dead inside, you know? Not all the time, because emotions are important, but yeah, I felt that sort of way for a little while and it's been very strange. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And today's podcast, I just want to have an update with you all, like a girly chit chat, see what's going on in my life, and yeah, just give you a bit of an update because, I know a lot of people have been following me for a while on Instagram and are quite invested in what's going on with my health, with my life, and I'm here to tell you all the goss. So Bali, like I say, has been great. I've met some great people here as well, and I've had a really nice, girly, wholesome time of sunsets, dinners, sitting at home in bed, even though we're in Bali. Just a nice, girly time, and it's been amazing. But I am so ready to go back home to Dubai, which I never thought I'd say, because being in that place, it's so different to here. It's so fast paced, and I do get fed up of it after a while. But I'm just ready to settle. Me and Isda have committed to a year in Dubai. I mean, I've been there 4 years already, but we've committed to a place for a year together, which is obviously a big move. We're basically in a relationship here, and I'm just looking forward to making a house a home, our house, our home, and just settling for a little while, because for those who know, I am very unsettled. I'm here, there, and everywhere, traveling around, and it's made it quite difficult for me to, well, first of all, find a partner, because it's difficult when you travel around. Second of all, to feel settled and rooted, and it makes me feel very anxious. So this maybe that's why I feel no emotion either, because I know I'm not having to travel here and there. Maybe I'm just calm and at peace. And then what else is going on? Oh yeah, good news to share. Your girl's in remission with Hashimoto's. So after a long as 4 years, I am finally in remission with Hashi's. Now, this doesn't mean that, I can go eat whatever I want and feel fine for the rest of my life. No, I need to manage it. I need to control it. I need to keep it in remission. So yes, Hashi's is in remission, which is amazing. My antibodies are like non-existent, which is 10/10, and it's taken me a long time to get here. However, I'm still not 100% healed, okay? We can still see Dom's face is a little bit inflamed, and I still don't feel, I still have my flare-up days, like my left knee's a little bit niggly today. And that is because, and I've spoke about this on a previous podcast, mold toxicity that I basically hold within my body. So back in April, March, beginning of this year anyway, I ran some tests to try and get to the root cause of Hashi's and mold mycotoxins, specifically ochratoxin, came back really, really high, and I started healing. Now, it's not an easy journey, it takes a while, and I'm already like sitting at more or less 6 months in nearly. But I know myself, I'm nowhere near being healed from it. And that is because I still experience quite a lot of the symptoms, first of all. And second of all, I have been exposed to it for a very, very long time. Like doing timelines, I think I've had it for like 5 to 10 years. I started at uni, but also being in Bali, I feel like I was hoping it would move me forward, but it hasn't set me back, but it's kept me at a standstill because Bali is a very wet country and it's not very well developed. So there's a lot of damp everywhere, and most of the time where there's damp, there's mold. And I'm so hypersensitive to it now that I can smell it everywhere I go. Because I'm healing from it, obviously I'm excreting, I walk into a room and I'm like, there's mold. We went to watch Stephen Bartlett a couple of weeks ago here in Bali, and the room that it was held in, the whole place actually stunk like damp. And I just didn't want to be there, and it didn't ruin my day, but I was very hyper aware of it. And my nose kept getting blocked, and I'm pretty sure the room that I'm in at the moment has it in as well, because I wake up every morning stuffy like this, and I don't usually have this. So, yeah, I'm going to be honest with you all. It has made me a little bit obsessed with the mold side of things, but it's because I want to heal. I don't want to go backwards, so I am very paranoid with it, but for the right reasons, because I know where I could just ignore it and be like, you know what, it's fine. Like, it's in this room and I'm just going to stay here and whatnot. No, like, I can't, because if I want to heal, I can't. And I'm spending so much money on supplements and saunas, and I'm putting so much time and effort into this that I want it to work. So I feel like it's taking over my life a little bit. I go to certain places, I'm like, oh my God, is there mold? Like, I inspect everywhere, and I look out for the signs and symptoms. And sometimes we can be our own worst nightmare when it comes to stuff like that, and become a little bit obsessive with it, and a bit OCD. So yeah, that has been a long journey, should I say? But I'm hoping that I am going to retest beginning of next year, and the levels will have dropped quite significantly. Especially because if I'm in remission with hashes, something's going right, isn't it? So yeah, that's the health update side of things. And one thing another. It's Monday morning, 9 a.m. This is Dom's brain this morning. Another thing that I kind of wanted to touch on was something that I took away from Stephen Bartlett, and it really, really stuck with me, and that was pushing through paper walls. Now, I've spoke to my clients about this, and I've spoke about it on different podcasts, but basically what it means is, as humans, right, imagine I'm sat here and I've got a piece of paper in front of me, right? I don't know if this piece of paper is a wall or if it's a piece of paper, okay? Like, if I knew it was a piece of paper, I could just push it over, right? But if there's a wall in front of me, I'm not going to walk through it. And why that analogy is really nice is because people are scared to push through paper walls, right? And an example that he gave was, for example, if I don't know, if you are running a business, and I'm just going to relate it to that because it's relatable to me, and you are waiting for something to get done for your business. Say you're ordering a product, right? You're manufacturing something, and they come to you, and you need it in 2 weeks' time, and they come to you and say, no, it's going to take 6 weeks. Well, there are different types of people, right? You're either going to be like, okay, cool, even though I need it in 2 weeks, there's nothing I can do. Brush it off, leave it. Or you're going to go look somewhere else to see whether somebody else can manufacture the product in 2 weeks. Or what I would do, and I was actually quite proud of myself when he spoke about this, because this is me. You question why. Well, why is it going to take 6 weeks? Why is it not going to take 2? How could we make it 2 weeks instead, right? And that's called pushing through paper walls. It's pushing those boundaries and asking, well, why, right? There was another situation. Oh, yes. Me and the girls went for a tattoo yesterday, day before. I got Protect Your Energy tattooed on me, something I've wanted for a while. And we booked in for 6 o'clock, the three of us. We walked in and the place was jam-packed. And I mean, I've never seen a tattoo studio so full. There must have been about 30 people in there. And they were like, have you got a booking? I was like, yes, at 6 p.m. They was like, okay, well, there's a lot of people here, so you're going to have to wait another hour. And I turned around and I was like, why? And he was like, because it's busy. I was like, correct, but I booked in for 6 p.m. And I was like, I'm not having this. He was like, you can speak to my manager. I was like, cool, I will. So I spoke to the manager and I was like, look, we had a booking at this time. There's three of us, blah, blah, blah. Showed him the conversation. He was like, cool, here's you can go get it done now. That's all it took. I could have gone 2 ways there. I could have just gone, okay, cool, I'll wait an hour, and wasted my precious Sunday waiting in a tattoo studio that was rammed full of people. Or I questioned it. I pushed through that paper wall. I had the confidence to say, well, why? Because we had this booked. And it worked in our favour. And I feel like not enough people are doing this. Not enough people are pushing through these paper walls, and that's because they're scared to, whether they are embarrassed, it's the fear of embarrassment, or they're worried that, they're not going to get what they want. And sometimes you're not, okay? This man could have said, well, no, like, it's still going to take an hour. And then I would have just had to be like, okay, cool, there's nothing I can do about it. I either wait or I go get a coffee, get some food, and come back, right? It's how you manage these situations. And I feel like being in Bali here over the last 6 weeks has really changed my perspective on a lot of things as well. I recently read Mel Robbins' Let Them. Obviously, I've heard about the Let Them theory, but there were certain parts of the book that she spoke about and they really resonated with me. And I am quite a hothead, believe it or not. And it's in the most stupid situations. Like, it's not that I'll be a hothead at my friends or family. I'm a hothead when it comes to being stuck in traffic or being in a supermarket queue, and it's always, if I think about it, related to time more so than anything, or if people do things to just piss me off, not on purpose, but they'll just piss me off, right? So I've started actually applying the let them theory a lot more now in those situations. Like, okay, I'm stuck in traffic, I would just sit there and get aggravated, and I would bring my cortisol levels up, which are already sky high. I'm trying to bring down, my body would go in fight or flight, and I would just be seething. And now I'm just like, well, let them, what can I do about this? Absolutely nothing. I can do nothing about the fact that I'm stuck in traffic, so why not make it a nice, pleasurable experience and listen to some music, listen to an audiobook, do something that is actually going to benefit me rather than get myself angry and riled up, because then the whole rest of my day is ruined. And yes, if I have appointments to make and be somewhere on time, they're just going to have to wait, because what can I do about it? Nothing. What can they do about it? Absolutely nothing. Okay? So it's learning to just be a little bit more calmer. And I feel like I have become more calm in the last 6 weeks here. I've done a lot of inner work from that aspect, to keep myself grounded and keep myself calm, because I know my cortisol is high. I know my body's in fight or flight quite often, and I only do it to myself by getting myself riled up, right? So that's something I've really been working on as well. And another thing that I wanted to touch on is pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, and becoming a more confident you. Because a lot of people always ask me, like, how are you so confident? And I actually did a podcast with Aista on this. And I've not always been confident. And I'm not always confident either. Like, I have my moments depending on the situation, the scenario, and the people, right? But I have really worked on my confidence over time. Like, Dom 4 years ago would have never sat here and spoke to a camera on her own, even though it's on my own, to a load of people that are then going to watch it and it's out there in the world. I would have never have done this. I have built this up over time, and it started with small things. And another thing that Stephen Bartlett touched on was a part of your brain that's only been really researched in the last 5 years. And I'm not going to tell you what it's called because I don't want to butcher it. That part of your brain is responsible for pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and doing things that are hard, right? And the more we grow that part of the brain, the easier it is to do things that are challenging, the easier it is to do things that feel scary. So, as stupid as it sounds, right, and as cliche as it sounds, you are never going to get comfortable or confident without trialing it first. And the first time it's going to feel hella embarrassing. I remember filming my first story, like, where's my phone? I want to, oh, it's here. I remember, right, having to do my first ever story for Instagram when I was coaching, right? And I was like this. I was like this. What angles do I take? And then I started and I stopped and I was analysing the video and I was just going over and over and over it. And I was like, I'm just going to have to post it. And I posted it. And oh my God, I kept checking how many views, has anyone liked it, has anyone replied to it. It was, you know what? It was the fear of embarrassment of what other people thought of me. And I don't have that anymore. Me and the girls will go on a Gojek or on a scooter here, and we'll have our AirPods in, and we'll be screaming the songs out loud. Obviously, I can't sing; they can't sing either, but we'll scream them out loud because we do not care. Like the fear of embarrassment, once you overcome it, it's just like I don't care what other people think. You either like me or you don't. And actually, in that moment where we were sat in pouring rain, in traffic, on a scooter, and I had my music in, and Misha had hers in, and we were screaming, laughing, singing songs. People were actually smiling at us. Like, they weren't laughing at us, they were laughing with us and recording us, like, in a funny way we were bringing up the spirits, right? So, you know, there's probably going to be someone sat there that's in a pissy mood judging us like, oh my God, they're so annoying. But I would rather be me having a great time in the rain than be sat miserable and being that person, you know? So sometimes you just got to think, fuck it. Click the fuck it bucket. Bucket. Click the fuck it button. Wow. And just go for it. Honestly, just go for it. And the more you do it, the easier it will get, you know? So that's where confidence will come from. The embarrassment will lower and you will just become a better version of you. And it'll push you to do other things in life that you never thought you would do as well. But yeah, I think I don't know what I spoke about today. I actually don't know what I spoke about, but it's a short and sweet episode. Short and sweet, just how we like it. Touched on health, touched on what I've learned here in Bali and how to improve yourself, okay? And also, one thing that I wanted to add is that you are beautiful and you are going to have an amazing day today. Lots of love.